Hello everyone, welcome to our vlog Cattle and Travel. Like always, we bring to you a brand new destination, this time from southern part of India, Coorg. Coorg is a hill station which is very popular for its coffee plantations. It is in fact considered one of the original points of coffee in India. Coorg is actually a district in itself, also known as Kodagu locally, which is spread in vast area. Madikeri is the district headquarters where we stayed during our visit, and most of the tourist attractions in terms of historical monuments and the markets are located here. But as in any hill stations, obviously there are a number of viewpoints spread out, so you travel across all directions. Coorg is known for its scenic beauty, its serenity, coffee plantations, imposing mountains all around, and a wonderful natural scene in totality. Coorg has always been a plantation county. In fact, before coffee, the region was known for its oranges. They had a sweet, tangy taste, and they were known as Coorg mandarins. But somewhere down the line, there was a disease that the plants got, and then the orange cultivation got hampered. And after that is when people adopted coffee and then extensively used coffee. Along with coffee, this area is also known for its spice plantations. So located at about 1200 meters above sea level, it is not very high compared to other mountains, but it is still a pretty good hill station to be at. First question is how to reach Coorg. Coorg is well connected by the road network. It does not yet have an airport or a railhead. Most mountains would not have railheads, so that's not a surprise. The nearest big cities are Mangalore, Mysore and Bangalore, which are very nicely connected by road. There are regular buses both from the KSRTC and the private operators that run towards Coorg, so you can easily find something to hitch a ride on. You can also find taxis which would be ready to get you to Coorg from all of these cities. So nearest railhead is probably Mysore. Further out, Bangalore also is a big railway headquarters, so you will find trains out there. Bangalore is the biggest airport, and we'll suggest if you're coming from outside southern part of the country, probably come to Bangalore and then take a taxi or drive to Coorg. Road network is pretty good from Bangalore to Coorg. So we were traveling from Bangalore and the roads are pretty smooth. Most of the times you have a 4-lane highway at least. There are some 2-way lanes, but they're still very good in terms of quality. So you can self-drive easily if you've got your own car or if you want to take a rental. So reaching Coorg is never an issue wherever you're coming from. Next question is where to stay in Coorg. There are plenty of options in Coorg. If you are the luxury travelers, Taj Madikeri is known to be the best resort out here. But there are a couple of other luxury resorts as well, but those are obviously for the affluent few. That should not discourage you to plan a travel plan out here. There are enough options for every budget and choices. One of the interesting accommodation type are the coffee estates. So a lot of coffee plantations have opened for the tourists to stay in their estates. They've developed good accommodations, or at least decent accommodations. These are mostly homestay types, but they do provide all the basic amenities that you would need. We stayed in one of the plantation resort which is called Forest Valley, which is a pretty good. They've got a tree house which is duplex accommodation that we stayed in. Perfect to spend some time in nature. Then the next set of accommodations are obviously our 3-star, 4-star hotels, which are abundantly available. We spent our first night in one of these, which was the Coorg Altitude Hotel, which was again pretty good, decent place near the city. For the solo travelers, there are hostels like Jostels and Hostler where you can obviously stay relatively affordably. Then there are cheap homestays also available. So no matter what your budget is, you'll definitely find a good accommodation to meet your needs when you are in Coorg. So if you've driven to Coorg or taken a taxi as a package tour, you obviously do not have to worry about local commute. You've got that sorted. Google Maps work brilliantly out here, so you can just rely on them. Network can be a bit hazy, but you can obviously download your offline maps out here. If you don't have your own vehicle, it's easy to get taxis out here for a day package or two, which can take you to all of the tourist spots. For local travel, there are also auto rickshaws available, but they wouldn't take you to far off places, but within the city of Madikeri you should be good with that as well. You can also hire bikes or scooties out here, which are abundantly available throughout Madikeri, and you'll see boats all around. But we would personally do not recommend taking that option, because over the hills even the four-wheelers are not very confident sometimes, so two-wheelers may be slightly risky if you're not so used to it. So just bear that risk in mind, but they are available if you are looking for one. What to see in Coorg is obviously your another question. There are so many sites, but obviously in a hill station every point is a site in itself, but we'll still talk about a few major ones. Generally it is best to consider Madikeri as your base station. You can start from Madikeri and travel in one of the directions each day you are here. East of Madikeri you will find couple of big places like Namroling Monastery, which is a pretty big monastery, one of the biggest Tibetan settlements out here in India. You would also find Nisargam, which is a delta, locally called an island as well. There are some fun activities to do. There is a Chambroli Dam, which is known for its unique shape, so you may want to stop there, take some rest, spend some moments in peace, calm, because it's not very touristy out there. There's another place on the east side, which is the Dubare Elephant Camp, but you may probably want to go there early in the morning because it's very rushed. We had to take second attempt because our first attempt failed because of the rush and the line that was there. But it's a good place to interact with the giant animal, enjoy elephant bathing, maybe feed the elephants and such other activities. So it's a pretty good place to go. Towards south of Madikeri there are a couple of other options. There's coffee plantations all around the Coorg area, but there's one that we would probably recommend. It is the Markara Gold Estate. They provide a pretty good tour of all their plantation facilities, roasting facilities. There's a coffee museum, there are spice gardens out there, so you may want to try them out. It's a pretty detailed, informative 1-hour tour that they take you through. Another thing to try out in south of Madikeri is a glass bridge. It's a pretty decent viewpoint. You get mesmerizing 360-degree views even from the floor, so it's a great place to go. Towards the north of Madikeri there are Abbey Falls. Further north there are forest reserves that you can go to. If you want to travel more north, there's Sakleshwar, which is again a calm, quaint hill station. So there's so much to see on the northern side. Even on the western side, if you travel about 40 kilometers, there is Tal Kaveri, which is known to be the origin of Kaveri River, one of the biggest rivers out here in South India. So any direction that you take, you'll find something that should be of your interest. There are a couple of other things that we did not go to, but generally they are covered as part of tourist spots. One is Madikeri Fort, which is mostly reminiscent of rulers at ancient times, but still a point that people cover. There's Raja's Tomb, which is again another point that people do cover. We did obviously go to the Raja Seat Garden, which is in the main city, which is actually a sunset viewpoint. So we did that on the first day when we were there in Coorg. So overall, plenty of things to keep you engaged, keep you busy, and keep you motivated to travel to Coorg. Overall, Coorg is a great place, a great destination. Probably you would want to spend at least 2 or 3 days to cover most of the stuff, at least if you don't want to do it hurriedly. Great weekend getaway, easily approachable from Bangalore or other cities, Bangalore or Mysore. So a great destination. Hopefully we provided you some good information on how to plan a trip to Coorg. If you've got any questions, obviously please feel free to comment or reach out to us on any of the social media channels. If you did like the video, obviously click on that like button, because that helps us with the YouTube algorithm. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. We will bring exciting content, new videos and new destinations as we explore them and show you all these destinations from our lens. Until we bring you the next destination, it is goodbye from Coorg, from this Forest Valley Resort tree house that we enjoyed our stay at. See you in our next video.